Oh, okay, okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
I'm honored to be on your show. And, when Mitch told me about it, I was so excited. I just love people who love films, film aficionados, people who love to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, very, very grateful for the introduction and the connection.
Yeah.
So, I just want to let you guys know I'm so happy to be here.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Great.
I like it when people are excited to talk to us. I think
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good start, right?
It's
Yeah.
better than the other thing. Man, I hate you guys.
Yeah. We've had
Yeah.
a couple of those already.
You have?
No, no,
Oh,
no,
no.
no,
No,
no.
no.
I'm just kidding.
All right.
That's not good. Uh-huh.
So give me 1 second. We're going to do a little intro thing real quick, okay?
All right, ready to start? Here we go.
All right. Welcome to My Dad's Movie Podcast. I'm Mick Johnson. I am the dad. And with me, as usual, my son Tabor.
Do I feel lucky?
I don't know. Do you, punk?
Yeah. So I have something for the intro today.
Very
so that-
nice.
yeah.
I was wondering if you were going to pull out a Clint Eastwood type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I have nothing to close with.
Well,
So
he's got a lot of stuff. You'll come up with something
Yeah.
else. Yeah. So with us as a special guest, we have all the way in from, I think you're from California. We've got Denise Milfort.
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
Said it correctly. Most people say Milford, like with the D.
Yeah.
It's like it's with a T. It's French for 1,000 strong. There's a whole history behind
Oh,
it.
really?
Oh, wow,
that's
that's cool. So I will say I have definitely been putting the D on the end of your name for a couple weeks, but I have had some, practice and coaching, and I am definitely on the T train now. So
You're on the
Thank
Milfort. You're on
Yeah.
the Milfort side.
Milford
Yeah,
with a
exactly.
T,
Very
meaning
nice.
1,000 strong.
yeah.
Huh? Right on. So
Yes.
Denise, tell us a little bit about you. I know that you're an actress. I've seen a couple things that you've been in already.
Oh, what have you seen? Oh, Lord, have
no,
mercy.
I'm going to let you tell me what you've been in.
Okay, well, I've been acting since I was a teenager. I joined SAG in 2004 and just have been in Los Angeles, pounding the pavement, doing
Right.
the thing. And then I would say a few years back, I landed my very first lead in a film after doing like a gazillion little roles here, little roles there, co-stars, guest stars. And my main thing has always been films. I've always wanted to be mostly focused on films. And then I landed my very first lead in a feature. It was called I'm Not for Sale. It's with Tom Sizemore, the
Oh,
late
yeah.
Tom Sizemore, God rest his soul.
Oh, yeah.
That was like kind of the opening for me. And then I got into like the horror film like group, and I just been constantly cast. Like I don't even audition. They're just like straight offers, which a lot of my friends are like, "Oh, you shouldn't be complaining. You're getting offers." I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, I'm like doing so many horror films. So
Yeah.
it's really my thing lately. And I do some television, some random co-stars and guest stars in television. And
Right on.
I did a show, Roots. They did a remake of Roots with
Yeah.
Philip Noyce was the director. He directed Salt with Angelina Jolie. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I mean, these days people can just like go online and find everything about you.
Yeah.
But I've been blessed enough to do like quite a few films.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I think
Yeah.
the last thing that I just watched you in was it was a David Mitch Parks.
Yes, man.
Oh my gosh, the movie just escaped my mind.
It's
I've
on the
been-
tip of my tongue too, so I'm going to
I've
look it
done
up.
quite a few films with Mitch. Mitch is amazing.
Yeah, we like that guy.
Yeah, he did. I did Dracula LA with him. I also did another film with him, Blackout. Did you see that one? Is it Blackout or
that's the
Dracula?
one.
That's the one I watched. Yep.
Yeah, that just came out this year. Actually, it's on Amazon Prime. It's on, I think, Apple TV and other platforms. Yeah, that's like an apocalyptic kind of sci-fi kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a thriller, sort of. Yeah. Action, thriller. I mean, it did have a lot of everything, didn't it?
I've noticed that a lot of the stuff that David is doing, or that group, maybe even your group,
Yeah.
they seem like they're really kind of focusing on like this action thriller, apocalyptic type stuff.
Yeah.
And that was really big at one time. And then it kind of, it kind
It
of
kind of went
waned
away.
off. And
Yeah.
it seems like they're kind of bringing that back into this is what's popular again.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
what's popular. I don't know. I think Mitch is doing things that like speak to his heart. He's like a family man and like I think he's very passionate about the industry. I don't want to speak for him. I've just worked with him professionally and like I have so much admiration and respect, tremendous respect for Mitch.
Right on.
So I don't want to speak for him, but it seems like he's the kind of person that does things from his heart and things that he's genuinely passionate about and things that he wants to do.
Right.
So even though he's an indie filmmaker, so he's got to think about money all the time, right? Because it's different. It's not like he's getting like a gazillion dollars from a studio telling him what to do. But I think it's coming from a place of passion. So he's making films that he likes. The one that I worked with him on, I met him on the set of a film called 7 Days to Hell. And I was like the lead love interest in that movie, and he was the DP. And then I had a meeting with him afterwards. I mean, I just loved how he was. He's a family man, has a daughter, a wife, just like I was like, this is the kind of people I want to work with,
Right on. Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, anything coming up soon that we're not supposed to know about and you can't talk about, or?
Oh my God. I am such a like rule follower. I color inside the box. I'm that girl class president, straight A student. I would never tell you. I want to, but I cannot.
Right
They,
on. Well, we can leave it at that you're working on stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, I am. I
Very
don't know,
nice.
something came up on my screen. I was just like, Zoom is always weird for me, but
We can't see it, so you're fine.
okay. As long as you guys can see me, I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So, Denise, when I talked to you, I think in our conversation, I was at work and I was on the phone with you, and you had brought up Clint Eastwood as a director.
Yeah.
And you talked about Clint Eastwood as you loved the spaghetti westerns.
I did.
You loved the stuff that Clint Eastwood did, and it sounded like it was something that maybe even you grew up with.
I
as
did.
That was big in your family,
And
your
my
home.
country. Oh yes. So I'm originally from Haiti. That's where I was born. And what a lot of people don't realize is that Clint Eastwood and other countries is like, I mean, he's a mega star here. He's a mega star in Haiti. My parents talked about going, well, they met when they were teenagers, going to the movies together to watch all the spaghetti westerns. So when those things came on in our home, he's a big part of my childhood. Like his face is ingrained in my subconscious. That little mole and the squinting. So yeah,
Right.
and I think a lot of times when like American movie stars, people don't realize how big they are in other countries, like what kind of godlike figures they are in other countries, So
Right, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason why you have all these American actors going to Japan and filming commercials out there is because even in foreign markets, they are big time, selling points.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So Clint Eastwood is really big. I mean, of course, when you're a kid, you're watching, you're not understanding this is a movie or like his name is Clint or anything. It's like as you get older, your parents are like, no, it's a movie and there are cameras. What do you mean? Like, no, he's the cowboy and he's doing this thing. And my parents are like, no. But that took a while for that all to sink in. Like watching him on the TV, I seriously thought like he was that cowboy with the poncho, like that's who he was.
Right.
I didn't understand until much later that he's an actor.
Nice.
So is Clint Eastwood the one who like put it into your mind, oh, I need to make movies. I need to be in movies, or
He's definitely one of them. I mean, when I came to America, there were other people that influenced me. But he's like, as far as my childhood, the very first films that I watched, they were all his spaghetti westerns.
Okay.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is like that's it.
Yeah.
The music,
Right.
and him, the steps, and the poncho, and the cigar. It's like, yeah. Once I realized that was acting and it wasn't really happening and some sort of camera was capturing a real moment, then I was like, oh, this is exactly what I want to do. I want to do this. this is incredible. And of course, later on, you dive into all the history, like how him and Sergio Leone got together and all of that. That's much later. But as a child, just watching him on the screen, that was like the little seeds were being planted in
Yeah.
my, you know,
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
amazing.
It's very interesting that when you watch Clint Eastwood movies, and I love them also. I also grew
Oh,
up,
good.
you know,
I was like, do they like him?
I grew up watching tons of Clint Eastwood stuff. Yeah.
He's-
And not just the cowboy stuff. I mean, he's done a lot of different
Yeah.
things and
The
directed a
Dirty
lot.
Harry
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
yeah, all that stuff, right.
So
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I have not seen a single Clint Eastwood Western. Other than Unforgiven, of course. So I
Okay.
am not familiar with Clint Eastwood's like 60s era, his young
Okay.
man cowboy stuff, but I have
Yes.
seen a ton of old man Clint Eastwood movies, like
Got it.
anything like late 80s on, like Any Which Way But Loose.
Okay.
Yeah, those are good.
I've seen a ton of those. I just haven't seen his spaghetti westerns, which is weird because that's what he's most famous for.
Right.
Yes, and he's young in them and very good looking.
Yeah.
Like it's hypnotizing.
Yeah.
It's definitely a different time. And I've seen interviews with him talking about his process, like buying the pancho on the cigar on Sunset Boulevard before he went to Italy. So if you do start diving into it, you'll fall in love with all the history and all the stuff. It's phenomenal. The films do move slowly, but once you're in it, you'll watch them more than once.
Right.
Something you can watch one time.
Yeah.
You'll watch.
So we are very familiar on this podcast with movies that go slow. And it's because we watch a lot of older things, and that was the pace of older movies back then. You could spread things out. Everything did not have to be. I saw this awesome video last night, and I thought it was perfect for a lot of the stuff we've been talking about. And then I watched the Clint Eastwood movies today, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. It was this guy, and he used to be a substitute teacher, and he saw this child running around with his fist out trying to punch his classmates. And he asked the kid, hey, what are you playing, like knights or something? Like, are you jousting? And he goes, no, I'm punching. And he goes, why do you have your arm out? And he goes, because that's the part of the punch that hurts. And he was just like, that's what Hollywood has become. They just have the punch extended,
Right.
and they don't recognize that for the punch to be fully effective, you have to draw back, you have to step forward, and of course, the part where your fist is out, that's the part that hurts. But everything in between is important for that punch to make any contact. And so he said, when all these movies are just running around with their fist out, just punching non-stop, you lose the important part of that movie. And he said, that's why I can watch slow movies, is because that's part of the wind up. It's part of the anticipation, and it gets you going.
Right. Huh. Interesting.
That is an incredible point and that's exactly why we need filmmakers like Clint Eastwood, because he has like a whole history and as an actor, and he's made like, I don't know, 40 something films. And the way that he tells story is very different than the people that are making them today. And that's why he keeps winning Oscars, getting nominated.
Right.
We need people like that. He's not just going to do the punch. He's going to tell you a story.
Yeah.
And that's why he's so amazing.
Right. So Clint Eastwood, the majority of the movies that he has made or directed, there's usually some element of violence in them, right?
Yeah.
Because violence is because it's so much fun, Jan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing was Clint Eastwood in himself is not violent.
Not
He
at
doesn't
all.
like the violence,
No.
but it's part of the show. It's it's what's needed for that, but he doesn't like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's entertainment. We walk out of the movie, go, man, that was so cool watching them blow up that car, but we're not going to go out and blow up a car when we're done.
Right.
Yeah.
We just get it. It's like a roller coaster. We're kind of like on the edge of our seats because we are close to experiencing death. And when we get off the roller coaster and we didn't die, we were like, oh, whew, that's great.
Right.
I got that out of my system.
One of the other things I noticed about the type of violence is it seems like a lot of the movies that he does, there is there's violence there, but he is showing it in such a way that it's showing us that violence isn't good. It doesn't pay off, right? So,
Yes.
I know we're not going to talk about this one tonight, but $1 Million Baby, right? The boxing movie. There's a lot of violence in it, but he did it in such a way that it's not just a boxing movie. It's very character driven. It's very much about the violence of boxing and the bad side of things, not just the winning of it.
Yeah.
It's the, look what this violence has brought, to you and your family. Type
Oh
of
my
thing.
God, that story wrecked me. I remember seeing it and just feeling so terrible after watching that movie. I just was sick to my stomach for days. And I agree with you. A lot of times when you do watch Clint Eastwood interviews, a lot of the interviewers, they bring up the violence, and some of them accuse him of being gratuitous with the violence and all that. And his take on it, like I've seen so many interviews with him talking about this, and I don't want to speak for him either. His take on it is always like, well, there's a reason, and there is like, so there's a story about him trying to get Gene Hackman to do Unforgiven, and Gene Hackman had promised his daughters he wasn't going to do violent films or whatever. And I think Clint Eastwood said to him, like, at the end you see the result of the violence, so it should empower the audience not to go that route.
Right.
There's
Me as a kid, I watched those violent things with my parents, and I had supervision, and I don't think every kid in America has parental supervision. You hear when I talk to people, a lot of them are like, "Yeah, I was home alone watching TV." It wasn't that way for me. Like everything I watched, my parents were there, and they were very, very much helicoptering around everything that went into my brain. So that's different. But I do understand that if a child is watching all that violence on their own without anybody guiding them through it, explaining that it's a film, I could see how it can go a different way. I really
Right.
can. But I didn't have that. You really should be watching stuff with your kids until they're mature enough to form their own opinion
Well,
about.
helping them understand what they're seeing.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
you have a son. I'm sure, like you didn't just let him watch whatever.
Oh, I
right?
watched
How was
whatever.
it for you? Whatever you wanted.
No. I'm just kidding. No, there was definitely, and it's really interesting is, this is a cool thing I want to ask you. Your parents, when they were picking, what sort of stuff to show you and what not to show you, was sex the thing that they were firm on, or was it violence the thing they were firm on? Because
Definitely sex.
yeah, see,
I
same
could watch
here.
people get blown up.
Yep.
But I could watch people get blown up, and they would kind of see what I was okay with or not. They would
Yeah.
look at my reaction. If I'm freaked out by it, obviously they're like, okay, that's a little too much for her.
Yeah.
But only, like when people were kissing, they would just cover my eyes. stuff
Sure,
like
sure.
that. And I still do it. If my mom is around, I'm a grown woman, and people start kissing, I still like
Yeah.
this.
Still cover your.
I still
funny.
do it.
Because my understanding is in England, they are the opposite.
Yes.
They're just like, sex is a normal part of, humanity and being
Right.
human, but like violence is like, we are against violence.
Right.
So it kind of, depending on where you're watching movies, the scale kind of tips in different directions.
So my wife and I, we have 5 kids. Tabor's the oldest.
Yep.
He's
And-
the oldest.
And we would, before they could watch movies, my wife and I would have to see the movie and decide, is this something they should be watching or not?
Yeah.
We
That's
have,
how it should be.
yeah.
But unfortunately, not all children in this country have that. So we have to think about that too. It is what it is.
Yeah, we're a huge family of Seinfeld fans, and you can go into our DVD collection and find every season of Seinfeld. And if you look on the back of the box, it lists the episodes, and there's little stickers next to episodes that we're not allowed to watch. So we like, hey Tabor, we can't watch that episode. It's got a sticker. Like, okay, we'll move to the next one then. So that's kind of.
Were you guys obedient? Like, did you follow the rules?
For the most part, yeah.
This is where I find out if he disobeyed us or not. Go ahead, Tabor,
Yes.
tell us.
No, when it came to the Seinfeld stuff, nope. I always stuck to it. I did watch the first and second Godfather without permission. I felt like I was like, you know what? I'm making my own decision here. Godfather, I'm doing it.
Well,
How old were you when you watched that?
13, 14.
Ooh,
So like a young teenager.
yeah, yeah. It's not that bad.
you probably watched them before I did.
Yeah.
So
True.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
But
That one's rough. There's a lot of violence in that one.
oh yeah,
You
absolutely.
do understand they're gangsters, and this is not what normal people do. Like even at 13, you kind of understand that. I hope, right?
Yeah, and see, and that's another thing too. Is you're talking about not glorify. It's not a gangster film that glorifies being a gangster.
Right.
It is a gangster film that shows you the consequences of this is what your life is going to be if you choose
Right.
that life. Same with Goodfellas. The first half of the movie, you're like, oh, dude. I want to be Henry Hill. I want to be a gangster. I want to go into Olive Garden and have them pull out a table for me. Well, not Olive Garden's a bad analogy, but go into a fancy restaurant and, like, if they're full, cool, we're going to find a table for you.
Right.
But in the end of that movie, there's consequences.
Yes.
Henry Hill goes down. He loses everything. What is the term he uses? He ends his life as a schnook. I think that's what he says.
That's like a Jewish thing or an Italian thing. I don't know. I went to high school. All my teachers were Jewish or Italian, and I can't remember which ones used schmuck or schmuck. They all had like specific terms. I went to Stanford High in Connecticut, and all my teachers were either Jewish or Italian. They all had their own terms.
Yeah.
So I that one. I couldn't remember who was using it.
So did you grow up in Connecticut?
That's why I went to high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I went to college there too for a little bit before I moved to California.
Right
Is that
on.
where you discovered acting?
Well, I discovered acting in Connecticut in high school.
Okay.
Our school had really, really good budgets for plays, so we would put 2 massive plays every year, massive productions. There were donors, like very wealthy
Wow.
high school people donated money so
Man,
we could have.
I wish.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
I wish we had that. All of the funding for the school that I went to the football team.
Oh,
So the arts were very, very underlooked. And luckily we had an orchestra teacher who demanded, that the orchestra program, get a slice of the pie.
Yeah.
But I mean, she had to fight.
she had to fight.
Yeah, she had to
Isn't
fight
it
for that.
funny how that works? Like with school funding,
Yeah.
like if you went to this school, your school got money for arts and stage plays, and if you went to that school, you might have not gotten anything.
Yeah, and it's crazy that we have grown-ups that are looking at these students that are not related to these students, and they're following their career with like, there's like, oh, this guy's a great high school player, and we have all these colleges looking at him, and he might go to the NFL. We don't do that with arts. We don't go to a high school and be like, ooh, this high school has this amazing actor, and I bet he's going to go to college, and I'm going to follow his career. I mean, we kind of don't look at it the same way.
We should. Like, here's the next Meryl Streep in a stage play. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
I think at my school, a couple of the kids, so the biggest thing that everybody was talking about when I was teaching was Harvard School of Drama. So all the thespians and all the high school drama kids, that's what they were trying to go for. And I think one of the girls I went to high school with did get accepted to no, not Harvard, Yale School of Drama. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Yale School of Drama. That was like the big thing. So even though I don't know if they came to recruit, but there was definitely buzz about that in my school. Like, that's where you want to go if you want to be a serious thespian. And even now here in LA, a lot of the people who went there are still some of the most revered actresses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we had that. I don't know if they came to recruit, but I definitely know a lot of us were trying to get their attention.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So Clint Eastwood, let's talk about him for just a minute.
Okay.
Yes.
We kind of touched on the fact that a lot of his stuff have some violence in it. A lot of his stuff is kind of slow moving, but it's very character driven and very intricate in the story.
Story is always top notch.
Right. So what kind of draws you? I know that you said you haven't seen spaghetti westerns, but you've seen other stuff that he's done. And what kind of draws you to Clint Eastwood as either an actor or a director? What kind of styles do you see that he kind of brings to a movie?
Well, for me, it's like good old fashioned morals and values. Like, don't step out of line, do the right thing, just be a decent human. Yeah, he plays these tough, no nonsense characters that are kind of in your face and not afraid to like beat people up if they get out of line. But
Right.
at the end of the day, he's got like a good reason.
Yeah.
So that's what draws me to it. Like at the end of the day, good wins.
Yeah.
So he's not like conventionally, because he's not a pastor, you know, and he's not a priest, but he's
Yeah.
still a good person.
He has a solid moral value
He's
that's
Yes.
in there somewhere, right?
He's an
Exactly.
anti-hero.
Yes.
Huh? Yeah.
So
Yes,
he's not the typical superhero who does good. You know, he's not Superman.
No.
He's the guy who is heading towards a good outcome, but is willing to get his hands dirty to
Dirty,
get
yeah.
to.
And it's usually to help somebody or the underdog type of thing, or
Yeah.
there's some reason that he's involved, and it's usually because of somebody else suffering or something like that.
Yes.
Right?
And also you can rely on really good one-liners.
Yes.
Yeah. No
Get
kidding.
busy living, get busy dying. I mean, all this stuff. Go ahead, make my day. I mean, he's just an icon. You're gonna have a good time. His movies are never gonna bore you, even though they do move slowly. I don't know. I just love him. And I know that it could also be my childhood, but I just
I think it
he-
helps.
Yeah, every movie he does, like I cannot think of a bad movie that I watched with him in it.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah.
I would
have-
say that's what draws me to him.
I haven't seen The Mule.
Did I see that?
I haven't seen that one. It's a newer one.
Yeah,
That sounds
so
like
I'm not sure.
2012.
I did
2014?
see it. I don't remember what's in it though. You have to refresh my memory.
But these are. I mean, now we're talking about we're getting.
Oh, I did see it. I did.
We're
I
getting
did.
into movies where he's getting pretty old
Yes.
as an actor.
Yeah.
He's 94, right? Or
Yeah.
90.
Good grief.
Yeah.
And he's still going.
Still going. Yeah.
He's still going. I mean, my dream would have been to work with him, but you know, it's a dream at this point because I think his last movie was a couple of years ago, and I
Well,
don't know. He's definitely up there.
he listens to this podcast and he'll probably get a
He
hold
does?
of it. Well, I wish he did. Maybe that was creative visualization.
My
No,
God,
he doesn't.
don't do that. I will be way beyond excited.
So the biggest celebrity that we have brushed shoulders with
Yes.
has been Patton Oswalt, who sent us a message saying that he would in fact not be on our podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? You guys are great. Easy to talk to. You love films.
Yeah.
Like, if you love film, I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
That's the
I
way.
love talking movies. I could talk movies all day.
Me too. Oh, I wanted to add, you said like what draws me to him as a director and as an actor. As an actor, you know, I just love the fact, and this is controversial, I just love the fact that he's not too method, you know, like a lot of actors just take it so seriously. He's more like instinctual. And I listened to him so many times talking about that, you know, like you don't have to kill yourself for the art. You don't have to go and like, there are certain things that he'll do to kind of get into the character or whatever, but he's not
Right.
going to be a guy that's like, I'm going to go be a drug addict because my character's a drug addict. Not to because some of our greatest actors are method, and I'm just, you know, I'm not an A-lister, so somebody's like, well, who do you think you are, you know, Robert De Niro, all these people. But to me it's like at the end of the day we're making movies, but our lives matter too. And I understand sacrificing yourself, but in a way you can still do it through your imagination. That's what I love about him. He's not, he does one take, and a lot of actors don't like that. They're like, oh, I want to milk it. He's like, no,
Right.
just
Yeah.
keep it moving.
Right. I did read that that's kind of his thing, even when he's directing or when he's acting. He wants to do the one take thing. He
Yes.
wants to get the scene, and what it is what it is.
Yes.
And so he doesn't want to spend a whole bunch of time redoing it and trying to, okay, well, let's get it perfect. Well, the reality is it was probably perfect on that one take.
the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
and who wouldn't trust a director who's been doing this like over half a century?
Right. Yeah.
Like he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. And this only works if you cast the most tip-top shape actors that are available to you.
Amen.
Because if you cast someone who might not be right for the role, you're going to have to do several takes in order to get the shot that you need. Because usually, for a less experienced actor, the take you're looking for is probably like take 3 or take 4. But when Clint Eastwood's been acting for over 50 years, and he's hiring people who are at the top of their game. They're professionals. They take things seriously. Usually you can get away with just doing one take. I know for a fact that on my sets, I cannot do that. I cannot do one take. I have to get my actors to do a couple takes before we can move on.
Yeah, but you're not working with the Clint Eastwood caliber people just yet. That'll come. Yeah.
Do you rehearse your actors?
So here's the thing. I would like to rehearse my actors. Most times I do not have the time to, because I am doing stuff that is like either I'm doing a 48-hour film festival, which we do not have the time to rehearse. I mean, we gotta get moving. Or I'm doing something like I'm doing now, which is the Idaho Film Family Festival, and I have 4 months to make this movie.
Right.
However, I have to fight with 35 different people's work schedules.
And your schedule.
And my work schedule. So that makes it hard to get. So if you ask me, Tabor, do you rehearse your actors? The answer is no. If you ask me, Tabor, would you like to rehearse with your actors? Absolutely. I would like days of rehearsal before we even set foot on a set, because I am unprepared in every aspect of my life except filmmaking. Right. I like having the documents that I need. I like having the script finished, polished, ready to go. It is the only aspect of my life where I'm an organized individual, and it's quite bizarre. Right. Everything else is a mess. My car is a mess. My house
is a mess. Everything else. Well, I have to say, if you can find time, to rehearse the actors, I think it's incredible. Yeah. It's incredible for the performance, because it's like everything else in life. Like you do it, the more you do it, the better you get at it. So a scene, like you might have it perfect in your mind how you want to play that scene. But once you get in there with your other fellow actors, you guys can find like little gold nuggets that you can bring to the actual take. Whereas if you don't rehearse at all, it's what you're thinking, what this other person's thinking. It's very difficult.
Right. Yeah.
So I've been on sets where the director was like meticulous about rehearsals, and I've been on sets where it's like you show up and everybody just do their thing. And I have to say, when I do get to rehearse, it's better for me, and it's better for the director. It's better for everybody on set. But I understand that not every production can do that. Yeah. So I try to rehearse at home with like whoever's running my lines with me or my acting coach and whatnot. But if you can get your actors to rehearse, I know some great directors that do rehearse, like Quentin Tarantino. He rehearses, and I do believe that Clint Eastwood rehearses. He might rehearse his actors too. I don't know.
Absolutely. If you're going to get it in the first take, everybody should know what they're going to do before the camera starts rolling.
Yeah.
So
the other thing I'd read about him, aside from the one take thing, is he doesn't like his actors to have a lot of makeup. He wants them to just look natural, right?
Okay. That's good. I've seen that in a lot of the women he's cast. You definitely see it. Like in Unforgiven, they're barely wearing makeup. They look great. They're all beautiful women too. Like he cast some really gorgeous women in his film, so it's not like they need makeup.
Right.
That helps too.
Yeah.
I think that might be one way of his way of kind of keeping things real. This character, even though they're an actor and they're playing a role, you could look at them and think, yeah, this is what a real person in the West would look like. This is maybe how they would talk or how they would act, or it's like a real person you're watching.
And this does not just go into makeup too. This goes into casting. There's been a lot of talk in the industry lately about the role of the casting director and picking the right people for the role. And are we picking people that are too beautiful for, because I think maybe did we talk about this last week?
I think we did, but that it reminds me when we talk about Unforgiven, there's one character that I loved all the characters in it. I thought they all looked really good for their parts and everything. But when I'm watching a spaghetti western or any of these types of things, and you're looking at Clint Eastwood, and his look is, I buy it.
You buy it.
He is a cowboy.
He looks like a cowboy.
He looks like somebody who has had a rough life.
Yes.
He has been beat down. Everything about him just seems like, he's this character.
Yep.
They had a character on there. He was the Schofield kid. James
Is Unforgiven?
Yeah.
in Unforgiven. James Woolvett.
Okay.
He was the young guy that kind of came to Clint Eastwood and said, "Why don't you come on this journey with me and kill these guys and collect the
bounty.
money, the bounty."
And he was blonde, right?
I think he was a blonde guy. Yeah,
He does stick out as modelly.
So when I'm looking at that character, I liked the character and everything, but when I see a cowboy movie and I see somebody who's really pretty,
Yeah.
and their skin is nice and they don't have scars and they don't look scraggly and their teeth are perfect, it's like,
Yes.
I don't buy that you were a cowboy at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't.
No, right.
You find out later that he's not a cowboy.
He was kind of faking that, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
That scene hit me really hard when I was watching that. I was just watching this guy and he's like working through the emotional impact of killing a human being when he's never done that before. And he starts out like kind of tough, like, look how cool I am. Look what I did.
Yeah.
And then you can slowly see the wall start to crumble. And then he just breaks down and he's just
he
devastated.
realizes the impact of what he has actually done now.
Yeah. When Clint Eastwood says, you've taken away everything he has and everything he's ever gonna have.
Right.
And I was like, ooh, I've never thought of, death and murder like that before.
Like that. Yeah, that scene was very powerful. Speaking of that, I did have an experience that's similar. So I did like a remake of Roots, and it was on A&E, the History Channel. Roots was like a big 1970s movie. I don't know if you guys know about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
It was a phenomenon.
I've seen clips of the original.
Okay, so they did Kunta Kinte Olda. They did a remake of it, and I played. It was Forrest Whitaker was in it, and I played like his wife. Yeah, so I played his wife. I was like a cook, and what they did, the makeup department, they blackened my teeth to make my teeth look, because I have really white teeth. So they made them look like, I don't know, like
You're too pretty to be a cowboy. I'm just going to tell you right now.
That's pretty to be a cowboy. But that's what the makeup. If the makeup department is on top of it, they can do whatever they want to do. Like a lot of times, a lot of these movies, my friends don't even recognize me in them. They're like, "Was that you?" I was like, "Yeah, that was me." So if everybody's doing their job, you can look like whatever.
Right.
You have to be a chameleon, and I am a chameleon. Like I can look totally different, like unrecognizably different.
Well, that's the part of the actor, right? Is you're not just being yourself, you are becoming this other character, whatever it is, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And if everything has to be firing on all cylinders, the makeup has to be on top of it. You've got to have the physicality of the character, but it's good to have a blank slate. Like I do take really good care of my skin, my teeth, and all that. So it's like, okay, you come with a canvas that they can actually work with, and then whatever they need to do, if they need to make me look like I have bad skin, they can, but I want to show up with great skin because this is your instrument, so you have to take care of it. It's like Stanislavski. He's like, actors should practice yoga. You should like, I believe in all that stuff. I believe the instrument, this is what I work with, this is my instrument, so I've got to take care of it to the max. I'm a little extreme, actually. I juice, I do yoga, I drink water. I'm like, I do all the things. But then when I show up on set, okay, here I am. Now you guys can make me transform.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's your version of the camera. That's your version of the sound equipment. That's what you're bringing to a set is yourself.
Right.
Myself.
Yeah.
So I gotta take the best care of it that I can.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. What did we think about Unforgiven?
What did I think about it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Did you watch both movies recently for this podcast, or some
Yeah,
of
so
them you'd seen before?
Unforgiven, I had not seen before.
Oh, wow. This is great.
Yeah.
Get to see it.
We were also going to talk about Heartbreak Ridge. Now, I think I told you that these movies aren't set in stone because I know that you like a lot of the spaghetti western movies.
I do.
If there
But that's
are,
okay.
yeah,
Talk
if
about-
there are other ones you want to kind of touch on a little bit, that's cool. We can do that. But Heartbreak Ridge has been one of my favorites for a long, long time.
Really?
I watch that one all the time.
Did it make you want to join the Marines?
Well, yes, that's a funny story. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did try to join the Marines. Yes.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
But the other one, Unforgiven, I hadn't seen. Now I've seen a lot of his other cowboy movies. They're not like way different, from one cowboy movie to the other. There's
Right.
usually the kind of this set thing that's happening and revenge and these types of things. Unforgiven for me, I really liked the characters a lot. I loved Clint Eastwood's character. Man, this old killer who now towards the end of his life, he's lost his wife. He's got these little kids.
Yep.
He's not a killer anymore. He's an old man who's just trying to get by. That's his deal.
Yeah.
And then this young punk comes and says, "Hey, come on with me and kill these people, and we'll get some money."
Yep.
Well, so the story of it was kind of a very similar story that I've seen in a lot of different cowboy movies. But I loved the characters that they put into it and the interactions that they had with each other.
Now, talk about casting.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman,
Oh, yeah,
Morgan Freeman.
And I didn't know.
God
I
bless
didn't
his
know.
soul.
I
Gene
didn't know that Gene Hackman was in it until I saw him. I didn't look up and see, well, who's in this movie before I watch it, right? So I loved getting to see Gene Hackman. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. He's in heaven now. He's incredible in it. And I always go back and figure out well, how did he get cast? I guess I told you that story before. Clint Eastwood had to talk him into it.
Right.
And he ended up getting an Oscar nomination
Yeah.
for that best supporting actor. So yeah, he's incredible in that. And of course, Morgan Freeman had to talk him into it. And when you have a cast like that,
Morgan Freeman.
That's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
and that too.
If Gene Hackman had said no, if he hadn't have been able to convince him to take the role, one of the alternatives was going to be Jeffrey Jones.
What? You guys don't think it would work? It wouldn't have worked.
I'm going to cut that out. Just ignore that.
It's our
Is it true? It's
no,
true.
no,
It's
absolutely
not
not.
true.
No. It's our weekly Jeffrey Jones joke that we try to slip in there every once in a while.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
Okay.
somehow in almost every podcast we have, Jeffrey Jones comes up for some reason. Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with Jeffrey Jones. He was
I'm
in
not.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He was the principal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's been in a lot of legal trouble lately, so that's why we joke about it.
Yeah.
Is it Me Too legal trouble like everybody else or Epstein files?
Yeah, it's Epstein
It's
related.
probably along those lines. Yeah.
Everyone.
I know. So I did read, and I wrote down here a different consideration. You remember English Bob?
Yes.
I loved that guy.
Yes.
He was so much fun.
Yes, I forgot the name of that actor, but he's
Oh, yeah.
fantastic.
Richard Harris.
Let's Google it. What's his name?
It's Richard Harris.
Yes, Richard Harris.
Yeah.
He plays Dumbledore in the first two Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
He's perfect. He's perfect in that role. And I mean, the whole cast was really good and Unforgiven. And I also think the reason why it was so huge internationally is because people underestimate how desperately the audience, all over the world, wanted to see Clint do a Western again.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah, it's that sells itself. No matter how old he is. Oh, he's in a Western. people are gonna go see it. That movie made gazillions of dollars all
Yeah,
over the world.
that's going to sell. Clint Eastwood coming back in as a cowboy or in a western is
Yep.
going to sell, right?
And it's his picture on the poster, and it's like it could be him from the good, the bad, and the ugly. It could be it's just him older.
Right.
When I see it,
That's
literally what it is.
that's something I considered. It's like it's probably not the exact same character, but spiritually it is a successor to those stories. This cowboy,
Yes.
this person who's always been the cowboy, is now showing you the consequences, the emotional consequences of his actions and what happens afterwards.
Right.
And I thought that was really neat.
So English Bob, what I was going to say was Jeremy Irons was actually considered for English Bob's part
Okay,
first.
he would
Yeah.
have crushed it. Jerry Irons is phenomenal. He would have crushed it too. They're kind of similar, you know. Do you guys like him? Because I love Jerry.
Oh, I love
yeah,
him.
absolutely. It's always hard for me when I look up who else they thought about having play a role. And
Yeah.
then I got to think, man, would this work? I don't know if this is going to work or not. But, had I seen Jeremy Irons, I probably would have
Yeah.
been saying, yeah, he was perfect.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him lately. I'm sure he's doing stuff because I'm so busy doing a bunch of things. But there was a time when I was a little bit obsessed with him.
So the last thing I saw him in was something that was on HBO, maybe 2020, 2021.
Okay.
It
not
was
that-
the TV show rendition of Watchmen.
Ah,
I
so-
don't know what that is, huh?
So Watchmen is a superhero movie, comic book.
I knew Watchmen. I
Yeah.
just didn't know about the Jeremy Irons thing.
Yeah, so it takes place like 30, 40 years later. And it's a continuation of the story. And he plays old Ozymandias, and you're seeing all of this.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's great in that. I loved him in that.
I just love actors with very interesting faces that already tell a story and draw you in. And he's got one of those faces. Clint Eastwood has one of those faces. Like these faces, the way that God sculptured their faces is already a story.
See, I'm like
Yeah, yeah.
you, but
They
instead
were
of faces,
wonderful.
I'm with voices.
Ah,
People with
so who
uni-
do you like?
Well, Jeremy Irons, for instance.
Jeremy Irons,
that,
yeah.
That deep, low British voice is,
Yeah.
I love, like when he plays Simon in
Yeah.
Die Hard 3, loved him in that.
Yeah.
So on the same track as Die Hard is Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
Alan Rickman had an incredible voice. I loved listening to him talk.
Yeah.
And it's
But
a
you know,
bummer.
the British actors, they like their training, like with their voice, is really, really a lot deeper than ours. Unless you go to like Yale School of Drama or
Oh, yeah.
those other schools. But those British actors,
They can
the
play.
whole
They can
thing.
play German. They can play American. They can play. They can play anything. You can
Yes.
like that young. Who's that actress from? Oh gosh, what's the movie? I just watched a reaction video to it today. No Country for Old Men. The woman who plays Llewellyn's wife is Irish,
yeah, she
and
is.
she has that thick Southern accent and does a good job with that. But for some reason, it does not go the other way. Americans doing a British accent just does not
Doesn't
work.
work.
Don't
No.
buy it.
Super
Well, they're
silly.
the original. You know whose voice I like? Speaking of voices, Russell Crowe in Gladiator.
Yeah.
That
Oh my gosh, Russell Crowe in Gladiator is fantastic. I think it might be one of the greatest roles he was ever in.
that voice. I don't know what they did. I was like, did they like hype it up? Because it's so perfect.
Right.
So another reoccurring
He's
bit.
Australian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Crikey.
Yeah, another reocurring
I
bit
don't
on
know
the
if that's
podcast.
Australian or not. Is that?
No, it is.
Is it crikey?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's Australian. It's mostly crocodile hunter or no, not
Steve Irwin?
Yeah.
Or is that his
Steve
name?
Irwin. Yeah.
You like his name? His voice?
he says crikey, and I think all the other Australians got lumped in with him, but
I think I saw a cartoon that was Russell Crowe was in a cartoon, and
What?
yeah, and he had his friend was a tugboat. And he called him Tugger.
Tugger,
Yeah. Crikey, Tugger.
Get on in, Tugger. We're going fighting around the world. Yeah, it's South Park. Yeah.
Oh, that was South
Yeah, it was
Park?
South Park.
Okay.
Fighting around the world with Russell Crowe. And then Tugger gets cancer and he's in the hospital with Tugger, and it's silly. It's absolutely silly.
Sure.
But
An interesting guy, Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
He's very interesting. But that voice though, chef's
so another reoccurring bit on the podcast is when I bring up that I have not seen Gladiator yet.
stop.
Yeah.
That is unacceptable.
Still have not seen it. I don't remember
You
what.
haven't?
No, I don't remember the last episode we talked about it, but we brought up. It might have been Tony Scott or Ridley Scott. We were talking about one of the Scott brothers and how I had not seen Gladiator.
Ah, well,
Okay.
we can fix that after the podcast.
Can I say something? That is unacceptable.
I know. As a filmmaker,
You
and
have offended our guest.
I am heartbroken.
remember at the top of the podcast where we said that nobody hates us. Okay, well,
Right.
I have one now.
This is where it
No,
happens.
I don't hate you, but like you cannot watch it on like a big screen. You've got to go to a movie theater to see this movie. It's not the kind of movie you watch at home on your screen. It's not. You've got to see it on a big movie screen. So I don't know if they do anniversary stuff.
Oh, I'm sure
but
they do.
You got to get.
I'll show it to you on my phone.
Yeah.
No. Oh my God. Don't do it.
Yeah.
It
The
is
other one-
incredible.
the other
it
one-
lived up to the hype. You know how there's hype? This
Yeah.
is not hype. This is the real deal.
Oh yeah,
No
it is.
hype.
It's an incredible movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Now we're not talking about Russell Crowe right now. We got to
Yeah.
get back on track. But
Yes, yes.
the other one, Russell Crowe, because I've always liked Russell Crowe, no matter what.
He's
Les Miserables.
oh,
I think he does a fantastic job in that.
Haven't
I
seen that
didn't
one yet either.
Yeah.
I could see him in it, but I know that
You
he's-
haven't seen that one?
No, but I just know he's a classically trained actor,
Yeah.
voice singing all in Australia. Like it's like the British actors; they do like a whole well-rounded thing, so they're all very well-rounded. So anything he's in is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Who are we talking about tonight?
we're talking about Clint Eastwood,
Right.
but we're getting all over the place because that's good too. You know, these other
Oh
actors.
no, we definitely have tangents on the show. It
So
happens.
you asked me what I thought about Forgiven.
Unforgiven.
Unforgiven.
Unforgiven, yeah. This is the first time you've seen it.
Yeah.
So, Denise, I'm assuming you loved it, but give me a little insight on what you liked about it. Because this is one you picked for the show.
Yeah. Well, I actually, Million Dollar Baby, I like a lot. Unforgiven is just like the classic that's in my heart because it got so much acceptance and all these awards, and it was nice to see Clint Eastwood like come back on top. It was like a whole experience. I just love the film. I just think it's a feel gooder story, and it moves really slowly. All these relationships between all these men and some of the women. The women had smaller roles,
Yeah.
but they were still important. It's just a beautiful, classic Western that
Right.
that everybody loves. And it's one of those things you could pop in for any audience, young, old. It's a classic American movie.
Right.
And we talked about being a little slow. I watched this movie and I just reveled in the slow moments. Everything looked beautiful. I mean, it kind of took me back to playing Red Dead Redemption. It's a cowboy game. And
Is that the one where Alec plays and he just rides around on a horse?
yeah,
And that's all I ever see him doing is
yeah,
just riding around.
but there's you probably think that's boring, but there's just so much like just in between. Like you're going from one, and all the action is happening in the city, and you're going to another city where all the action's happening. But you're just riding your horse in between
in
cities.
between action.
Yeah, and just looking at the nature and the scenery, and that's how I felt while I was watching this. Just I knew that we were slowly approaching a gunfight. I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Classic.
But I just, it was so weird. It was like a cat with a glass sitting on the edge of a table. And there'd be like the cat ignoring the glass. And that's the calm part of the movie.
Yeah.
And then the cat would go up to the glass and start slowly pushing it off. And that was when Richard Harris came into town. And everyone's pointing guns at Richard Harris. And so you just like that cat is going to tip over that drink
Right.
And the guy pees on him.
Yeah. But then
He loves those things. He loves doing that. Like, that's always so weird to me. I was like, guy pees on himself.
yeah, but then there's no big gunfight. And so the tension releases. And that's what this movie's doing is that there's moments of tension and then it goes away. And it's just like, okay, here it is. Here's the gunfight. Oh, nope, not the gunfight. And then at the very end of the movie, we get that gunfight and just all that tension raising. And finally, when the cat pushes the glass off the table, it's absolutely worth it.
Right. The revenge at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go back to the Heartbreak film for a second. You know, when you said that it made you want to join the Marines, right?
Yes.
So I felt the same way when I saw Full Metal Jacket too. I was like, oh, I want to do that. But what I've been reading lately, I don't even know if it's real or not, is that a lot of these films were kind of like underhandedly produced by the United States government to kind of entice the generation to want to be more patriotic and to serve the country. What do you guys think about that? Because I started digging into it. I went into a rabbit hole that like back in 72, I guess Clint Eastwood was part of like some sort of national committee of artists that was appointed by Richard Nixon. This is real. You guys can Google this. And then I guess Nixon became impeached, but Nixon didn't create that committee. It had been created by LBJ, but then Nixon appointed like specific people. And I think Clint Eastwood was like one of the top guys in this committee. And eventually he ended up getting his own office, like at the studio. And a lot of these guys are given kind of like an assignment because think about it, as artists, films themselves do influence the culture. They do influence the way we think. They influence so much in our society. So why wouldn't the government try to, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but why wouldn't they try to like get in on that and try to gear public in a specific direction? Because the same effect that you said it had on you, you wanted to join the Marines. I wanted to join the Marines as well. So it's like, it's kind of like programming in a way. And when you find out, okay, these are my heroes, but they were also, it's not that far-fetched. Yeah. What do you guys think about that? Is that too out there?
I've heard stuff about this.
Yeah.
Especially Top Gun. Top Gun, I heard rumors that Top Gun was designed to help drum up numbers for the United States Navy to get people to join the.
So specifically Heartbreak Ridge, I think was originally written not as a Marine story, but as an Army story.
Okay.
And the Army kind of was backing it until they got into what it was about. And I think maybe I don't know the whole details and stuff. That'll come up next time on my dad's conspiracy theory podcast.
Okay. Yeah.
But the Army said, no, we really don't want anything to do with this. And then it went to the Marines, and the Marines signed off on it. And that's where the character changed to a Marine.
Yeah.
A Marine. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah. But what I do know is when you watch that movie, the equipment, like the ship, the helicopter, like it looks so real, and it is real. Like, come to find out, they were all loans from the actual Marine Corps. So and it was shot at Camp Pendleton, and so I'm like, there is a government connection. They're not just do this for fun.
Yeah. The barracks that they're in are the actual barracks for the Marines and everything.
Yes.
I remember looking at that thinking, man, that looks so real. And I was like, I bet that actually is.
Right.
It is. The helicopters are real. The ship is real. All of it is real. And they said like a lot of the veterans that went to see it, because I guess we did attack, what was that country?
Grenada,
we did like 2 years before, 3 years before. And supposedly that whole thing, a lot of the veterans who went to see it, they said everything was 100% real, and it gave them major PTSD. So that's interesting. Like, how did he have access to all of that? So there's a connection. I love Clint Eastwood. I do. But I do think like in order to get funding as an artist, you know, I think it's a creative way to like get the government to fund your projects. But then what are they going to get out of it? Okay. more enrollment, perhaps. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just it's something that's been done since the beginning of time. Governments have always been involved in the arts and
Well, it's a tool.
controlling.
It's a tool for them to increase,
They're doing it now with the Call of Duty games. These
Yeah.
games come out and they're putting all of this cool gear into these games and showing you, look how cool this is, kids. Look how cool. You can do this for real someday.
right.
Yes.
And just like, oh, you can put me in a mech suit for real? Like, because
Right.
now the games are getting kind of far-fetched and out of control. But that's what they're kind of designed to do. It's kind of like a propaganda campaign.
So
Yeah.
this is one of the things that I absolutely love about Clint Eastwood is
Yes.
his character in just about everything that he plays, and like in this one, I loved. He is a hardened, hard-nosed person who has been through hell, basically.
Hell and back.
Yeah, and so you're looking at that character, and there's a little bit of you that thinks, I'd like to be like that.
Yes. This is Heartbreak or Unforgiven.
Yeah,
Which-
it's both of them.
Both of them. Okay. Okay.
Right. The character is very similar in a lot of movies that he does.
Yes.
It is a person who has been kind of beat up. They've been put through the ringer. They've seen a lot, Gunny Highway in Heartbreak Ridge.
Yes.
He's been in the military forever. He's old school military.
Yes.
He's a very hardened individual who doesn't put up with any crap from anybody. He knows right from wrong, and so when I look at these types of characters, I see kind of somebody that I would like to emulate a little bit,
Oh, yeah.
have some of that in me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of the one of the things that kind of I'm attracted to when I watch these types of movies is
Yes.
the character of these people and kind of what they personify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I relate to that. It's a no nonsense kind of character that's not really all about feelings. His characters are not usually involved with their feelings, but they do what needs to be done. And they do the right thing and they propel society forward. So it's a beautiful thing. I think that's how pretty much our boomer generation is to begin with. I think this is just the grit of the core of that generation. Like, do what needs to be done. Don't get all balled up into your feelings and emotions, and just and also don't be snowflakey about a little insult here and there. Like,
Right.
since stones can break my bones, that kind of thing. And I think every generation has their thing, but I wonder if Clint Eastwood experiences that in the filmmaking world as because he's like ancient, right? He's 95 years old, and I'm sure when he's directing the extras or young actors, and everybody has their little demands and whatever, and he's kind of probably like, back in 1945 when I was on Rawhide, like, no,
Right.
kissing my ass, like that kind of thing. He's like, what are these snowflakes doing?
Exactly.
I wonder if he goes through that, like, not like in a different way as a director, if he
I'll-
looks at young actors like they're soft.
I'll bet to a certain degree he does, because I think that even though he has said that he's not a violent person, he's making movies about these types of characters, and I think that comes from within him.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you.
So yeah, when
Do you know he was in a plane crash?
yes, yeah, he was in. I think he was in the Korean War.
And
Yes.
and then after 6 months of excruciating pain, the plane died.
That's good.
And he came out without a scratch.
He fought the plane. Yeah, you could see that. He's a tough cookie.
He's a tough guy. Exactly.
tough,
Yeah.
and that's what he does. That's why you believe him.
You know-
believe him. He shows up and like he's looking at all these kids and heartbreak, and he's just, and I love it. As a kid, as a young girl, I don't know how old I was when I saw Heartbreak, probably 10, 11, I don't know. But when he would call the guys ladies, I went crazy. I loved it. I just thought it was, now I'm like, oh, now it's like I've been conditioned and it's sexist or whatever. But when I was a kid, I just thought it was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Every time he called them ladies.
Right.
It's funny you mentioned that because there was a lot of stuff in Heartbreak Ridge that did not age well. And when I watched it, like there was a couple times where I was like, ooh, like don't go there, man.
Right.
be careful.
Yeah.
You're treading on.
Well, it was interesting that what they were doing is they took the old school Marine
Yeah.
and introduced him into the new era Marine.
Yes.
And the new era Marine just wasn't what it needed to be to go fight, to go do the things. Right. So they bring this old guy in to whip them into shape, basically, and teach them how to be a Marine, right?
Exactly.
Because that's not what they were.
No, they were kids punks. I mean,
Right.
even so Mario Van Peebles, the black character in it.
Right.
So when we were growing up, he was like the hot guy. We were like, oh my God, he's like the hottest thing ever. We loved him. And so he was like a real draw for us to watch that movie too, besides Clint.
Yeah.
It's like
See, I had heard
he was an it guy for my time. Yeah.
Right on.
I'd heard that name a lot.
Yeah, he was in a bunch of
But I have never seen him in anything. I think this is my first movie with him.
Oh, really? Okay. What do you think?
Oh, I liked him. I thought he was super charming. I thought he was obnoxious at first, but
He was supposed to be.
he was supposed to be. And when he showed back up later in the movie, I thought it was just some guy that was just silly and was just supposed to be this foil to Clint Eastwood on the bus, and then he was going to go off and disappear, and we were never going to see him again. And when he came back, I was like, okay, I see what this is. This is going to be, this hardened guy who, needs to shape up this team, and he's he's the holdout, and he's going to be the last one that needs to be. And of course, he whips into shape and he becomes a decent soldier, and
Right.
I liked him at the end.
Yeah, I think that was the moral of the story. Like, oh, were these guys gonna cut it? Yeah, in the end, they did cut it.
See,
what about the Swede guy? What'd you guys think of him?
Oh yeah, I
love the Swede.
Yeah, I thought he was fun.
In fact, I think I wrote something down about the Swede.
It's massive. I'm like, was he on steroids?
Oh, he definitely was. And
Peter Koch, the Swede Johansson.
Okay.
He played for the NFL.
Oh,
He was on several NFL teams. Yeah.
Okay. And
so he's American?
Well,
I
if
think
he's
so.
in the NFL, I think so.
well, you don't have to. You don't have to be American to play in the NFL. You just have to live in America. To
Sure.
play. I mean, we got Russians on the NHL playing hockey, for the United States.
Right.
However, I'm pretty sure that the Swede was on steroids because there was a shot.
Huge.
He was. And, the thing is that there's some guys that can be big without steroids. However, there was a shot where he turned around and I caught a certain angle and he looked like he had gynecomastia. So he had like
What's that?
It's like the puffy nipples when your estrogen levels are kind of out of whack. And so I saw that. I was like, oh yeah, I think he's definitely on steroids.
Isn't it crazy how steroids are making a huge comeback now?
Yeah.
Like now everybody's on them, or like testosterone replacement therapy. Like everybody that I talk to is on it, like on sets. Like every actor that I talk to is on it.
Because
like, steroids bad? Like what happened?
Because
Everybody's on them again.
Yeah, a doctor will prescribe you HRT, and then you will go and give yourself a little extra. They call it what's the bodybuilder term? It's like where it's HRT because the doctor gave it to you, but you're dosing yourself a little more and kind of doing like a higher baseline. And so a lot are doing this.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
I'm swole.
Yeah,
I'm getting swole.
Yeah. But
don't do it. There's no free lunch. That's the way I think. Like there's no free lunch. You're pumping yourself up, but like I don't know, there's heart disease around the corner. Like,
Right. There's going to be something down the line is going to happen. Right. Peter
but it's
Koch.
very popular now on sets. Everybody's doing it.
yeah.
Peter Koch, American actor, born in New York.
Oh, he's born in New York. He looks very Swedish. I've been to Sweden. I was 2 weeks. I was in there in Stockholm. He looks like one of
What you'd see there? Yeah.
yeah, he does.
So it's
And that's when I got married. That's my ex-husband's last name. Well, he pronounces it Coke. It's Koch.
okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's a group in New York, like they're like off the Mayflower or whatever. So there's like they're either Cokes or Koches, but it's spelled the exact same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was Denise Coke for a while.
Okay. And there are the Koch brothers who are like those two big billionaires that
Yes.
run everything and
Sure.
all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But this is not my dad's political podcast, so we'll save that for that show.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys have a My Dad's Political podcast? Or is this a show?
No. We make jokes
This
about that.
podcast morphs into all kinds of stuff as we go.
Yeah.
I try to stay out of politics as much as possible, but
It's a conversation. It'll happen.
My wife said that she would come on the show if it was my dad's cryptid podcast, where we talk about like Bigfoot and the Mothman and all that stuff. And I was like,
no,
we're
actually,
never.
that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hey, you never know. The audience might love it. You never know what they're gonna know.
So,
I had one other note here. It says, example of irony. The Marine-hating bar owner, Roy Jennings, is portrayed as somebody who hates the Marines. He was a Marine.
oh yeah,
Just
yeah. I'm pretty sure there's some
acting.
tongue in cheek stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
so-
So there was a real Marine on the
Yeah.
this. Oh, that's interesting. I
Denise.
love that movie. I just think it's awesome.
Yeah.
The feel gooder makes you feel patriotic, makes you love your country, makes you see the sacrifices that servicemen actually make, makes you see they're just kids that like get thrown into this thing, and it is what it is. I even as a girl, I always liked watching these war movies.
Right.
Yeah.
It didn't affect me because I felt like Heartbreak Ridge is more comedic. Because when I watched Full Metal Jacket, I was very disturbed. Like it made me feel extremely like sick and disturbed.
Yeah.
Even though I wanted to join the Marines because that guy blew his brains out and whatever. But Heartbreak was different. There were comedic aspects, especially when
absolutely.
you guys, ladies. I just lost it. I just thought it was the funniest thing. There's certain things about it that made it comedic and just digestible.
The guy that, a lot of the characters, all the guys that Clint Eastwood had to come in and try and teach how to be a Marine, all of those guys, that whole scenario was funny, right?
It was.
But even the people that were above Gunny Highway, his superiors, they also were young guys who had no experience whatsoever in anything, and they were trying to be in charge of this thing, and they had no clue what, they just were, they were pretending like they were, these full-blown Marines that had experience at war and stuff, and they just didn't.
Like the lieutenant.
And the whole story seems so true. Like this is very plausible in the in the Marines. It seemed like it really happened.
This is something that happens in real life, in everyday jobs. I've had supervisors that have come, like when I worked at Amazon, I had a supervisor that was fresh out of college and he got hired on as a supervisor. So that's where they get all their managers and supervisors is straight out of college. They send people, and then they have all these people that have worked in Amazon for years and know everything. And it's so weird watching these people who are setting foot on the Amazon work floor for their first day, trying to tell people who've been there for 10 years how to do things. It happens all the time.
Right.
That is craziness.
Even in Unforgiven, there were some comedic things in that also, which I really appreciated. Like Clint Eastwood couldn't get on his horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? He struggled. Here's this cowboy that can't get on a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. That horse was going around in circles. That was funny.
Right. They showed where Clint Eastwood, he decides to go off with the kid, and he's trying to shoot at a can on a post, and he can't hit it anymore. And who was the other one? Morgan Freeman, who can shoot the eye out of a gnat at 300 yards. now he can't hit stuff when he's shooting at him and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought those are the realistic things.
Yeah, that
It's not
happened in
just
life.
it's not just these guys have aged, but they're still superhuman. No, they've aged and they can't get on their horse and they can't shoot things anymore. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm sure they related to it in real life because those guys are actors who have been like celebrated as sex symbols even, right?
yes.
And I'm sure like for them to come to terms to like, yes, I'm Clint Eastwood. When I walk in a room, I'm still an older man and not the young buck that could have got. So I'm sure like he could relate to it on a super real level
Right.
character.
Yeah.
Aging is a very interesting journey.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
You're gonna
I
opt.
just-
You're gonna
It's
opt
something
out.
that
I'm out.
you don't fight. You have to just kind of surrender at some point. Because I have this whole okay, not conspiracy. This is actually spiritual. I have a whole spiritual belief about aging, that aging is the whole point of aging is to humble you so that you can be prepared for the next thing. And that if you don't go through that process, like, you know, if you do plastic surgery or you avoid it or you like dye your hair a different color or like whatever it is that people do to stop aging, then you're not really prepared for the next step, because the whole point you come into this life is to learn to be humble. Because my mom used to say like we were all angels in heaven and we got this ego, and because of our ego we were sent to planet earth. So you come in, somebody has to wipe your behind, and then you go out, somebody has to wipe your behind, so you can understand that you're not the end all be all of the universe or whatever.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting, but
Yeah.
I go off on tangents, sorry.
No, that's perfectly fine. No, I agree with that. I definitely think that that's, you know, part of our greater purpose is to become good people and to treat other people with respect. And yeah, when you, I guess you're trying to fight it and you're, you know, resisting the natural part of you know, the human life cycle. So
Yeah. And also all those guys in that film, they're like older, you know, Gene Hackman and Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman. And I love that because there is a lot of ageism in Hollywood. And for him to command that world and to be like,
Yeah.
no, there are people all over the world who still want to see people in that age
Yeah.
bracket.
Oh yeah.
That's powerful. And,
And-
the women too. The women are older, some of them.
I think it's harder for women. I think that
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people are still willing to cast older male actors and put them in
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, when you reach a certain age of you know, as an actress, as a woman, that
Yes.
you start getting the mom role, and you're like, wait a
yeah.
minute, like, why is it like, am I at the age now where I start playing the mom? They're giving me mom roles now. Like, what is all this stuff?
Right.
Well, me for the moms, I've always been comfortable with the mom. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah?
why. I was playing mom in my early 20s. I think it's because I started out in theater, and it's like you got to play 60, okay,
Yeah.
and you're in high school.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding.
It is what it is. So I didn't get that, but then I do have friends who get really upset if they have to play moms. But I was like, I took care of my younger siblings, so being a mom is like an honorable thing to me.
Yeah.
But I meet a lot of actresses who do get very upset about it. It doesn't affect me that way. I play moms.
Yeah,
I played moms when I was really, really young.
yeah.
So
Right on.
It's because they're like, oh, well, shoot, now I'm playing the mom. So in another 10 years, I'm going to be playing the grandma. And then after that, they're going to stop casting me. So it's like this fear aspect where, you know, they're afraid that, you know, I like the timer for an actress is unfairly shorter
yes.
for the timer that you have as a male actor. And
yeah.
it's really unfortunate. Like, you know, there are a lot of people were really confused when they cast Marissa Tomei as Aunt May for Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
And so there's that whole thing of, you know, oh, okay, so now we're not hiring her for, you know, the hot young lady character anymore. Now we're hiring her for the, you know, for the old lady. And she was like, well, I'm not going to let that happen. And then, you know, she was obviously Aunt May, but she still, you know, was playing the, you know, the hot lady role. And So
Right.
she turned, what is kind of like an ageism and sexism thing, and she turned it around and, made
Yeah.
it work for her.
She was the young Aunt May.
Yeah.
Well, I do think women have to embrace the aging. And Julia Roberts said something about this that like years ago that I saw that it just stuck with me. She goes, "You can't out kitten a kitten." And I thought that was so powerful the way she puts it. Okay, so if you're a cat and a kitten walks in, everybody's going to be doting on a kitten because it's a kitten and that's its time. So for you to be a full grown cat trying to be a kitten, you're just going to be ridiculous. You're not a kitten. So embrace it. You're a cat. And just like Clint Eastwood with all those guys, he showed like their struggle. Okay, they're older, they can't see straight, they can't shoot straight. Well, that is their journey. And it's like that's the reality of it. The film was still interesting. An aging person can still be interesting to watch if the story is powerful. It's just if you're reducing them to just aging struggles and not making them a full person, not making it all balanced, that's when people get bored with it. But if the person is well balanced, he's still a hero. He still has a purpose. He still has a thing that he's trying to get to. He's not just sitting there waiting to die. Then he becomes interesting. And it's the same thing for women. I think we do need more scripts where women are more well-rounded and not just an aunt or whatever. But even an aunt is interesting.
Yeah.
Because I'm an aunt and I have fun with my nieces. We go crazy.
Yeah.
We have a blast. So there's a lot there. It's just, okay, don't out kitten the kitten because you can't.
Yeah.
A kitten walks in, everybody's going to want to pet the kitten and be all about the kitten. And I thought Julia Roberts put that. So, and she's aged beautifully in Hollywood.
Yeah.
She's not going to play Pretty Woman again. She was 20 something when she played that role, but she's definitely playing opposite like George Clooney and those other guys in other films. So I do think it's internal too, as we have to like be okay with it, embrace ourselves.
Be happy with where you're at in the journey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And you can tell Clint Eastwood does that.
Oh, yeah.
Like his characters that are his age and his age. He's not trying to be who he was in 1960. He's just like wherever he's at, he's playing those characters.
Right.
And that's beautiful. That's inspiring.
Well, and it would be, to be quite honest, if I were watching a show and Clint Eastwood were in it and he was trying to act like the young buck, I'd think this seems silly.
It would pull you out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would seem like
be realistic.
But he embraces it. Like you mentioned the mule. I remember in the mule, like he was like bringing drugs back and forth, if I remember correctly. But he was an older man in that, and he fully, like you could see, like he definitely lets you know where he's at in terms of age, and he's not shying away from it.
Right.
And his audience drinks it. I'm his audience, and I drink it. Drink all his Kool-Aid. I love it.
And the really cool thing is, no matter what age he's at, he's the tough guy.
Yes.
And you
Don't
believe,
you know tough guys that are like in their 90s?
and you believe it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy can still kick the crap out of me, and
Hey, you're still scared of him.
yeah,
Yeah.
with his Kenpo knowledge and all his martial arts stuff that he knows.
So do you have, Denise, do you have anything else you want to add to the movies or Clint Eastwood, or are you feeling good about what
I'm feeling good about what we talked about. $1 Million Baby is definitely like a phenomenon. Did you see that one? Did you?
I have not seen
I
it.
have seen it, yes.
Yeah, you have seen it?
I've seen the Always Sunny in Philadelphia parody of it though.
Oh, well,
It's Hilary Swank, and she wins Best Actress for it. But it's disturbing. I'm not gonna lie. That movie wrecked me. I was definitely
it was a little rough, yes.
very rough, very rough. But that one is really good. But it's just the amount of films that he's done. We couldn't really talk about all of them, and I'm glad that we just narrowed it down to like two specific
Well,
ones.
that's why we have you on again to talk about some other stuff.
Yeah.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Anytime. Have me on. I had such a wonderful time talking to you guys about films and
So
making.
let's you want to grade these?
So before we do, I want to go to Letterboxd for our new little segment.
Oh. Yeah, Tabor started to do this letterbox thing now, so he I don't know what he does.
I don't know if you have a letter. I don't know if do you have Letterboxd?
No, what is that?
It is a social media app for people who love watching movies. And so you watch the movies and you can write reviews, give it a certain number of stars, and type.
Just do that on IMDb.
Yeah, but then you can meet other people on there and see what they're rating it and all that stuff. And
Right.
it's kind of it's kind of a cool little social aspect of it. And so anyone who has a Letterboxd, I like to pull up their Letterboxd and go through their reviews and make them defend some of their controversial reviews. If they don't have a Letterboxd, I like to go through some of the ones for the movies that we watched, and I pulled one up.
Okay.
Everyone gave Unforgiven 5 stars and solid reviews.
5 is the best.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Of course.
Heartbreak Ridge only has 3 reviews.
Uh-oh.
2 of them are 5 stars.
Okay.
And the third one is 3.5 stars. And I wanted to read this review because
Okay.
The 3.5 star review.
yeah. So
That's so cool. This is kind of neat. I like this. I like this.
so Heartbreak Ridge, 1986, 3.5 stars. This person watched it on June 9th, 2016. His review starts like this. The top 10 Heartbreak Ridge insults ranked. Number 10. You couldn't take care of a wet dream.
Yep. I remember that one.
Number 9. The only thing you could build is a good case of hemorrhoids. Number 8. Go
You
hump.
sort of wrote those lines.
Yeah. Number 8. Go hump somebody else's leg, mutt face. Number 7. Keep dreaming, shitball. Number 6. If I was half as ugly as you, Sergeant Major, I'd be a poster boy for a prophylactic.
Oh my God.
Number 5. Maybe some communist bastard is going to make me an appointment to pop you a new asshole in your forehead.
Ooh. Ouch.
Number 4. This one's my personal favorite. Did your nightstick file for divorce?
Oh, interesting.
Number 3. Webster, if Powers ever comes to a sudden halt, your head is going to end up halfway up his ass. Number 3. You pull another suckhead play like that, the only thing that's going to beat you to the brig is the headlights of the ambulance you'll be in.
Oh.
And number 1, get that contraband stogie out of my face before I shove it so far up your ass you'll have to set fire to your face to light it.
Oh my God. And you got to know, Clint Eastwood is writing those things. I think he wrote it.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
And so, of course,
Let me try to remember one. There was one where the guy said something to him, and he said, I can't remember it, but the guy said something to him. The guy's like chasing him out, and he goes, I don't give something to sergeant or whatever. And he said, oh, that's not what your old lady says. You remember that?
yeah.
That's not what your old lady said. That's like, old lady's like your girlfriend or whatever. I thought that was fun. Yeah. That's the one that pops out of my head. I can't believe he didn't put that in there.
I know, that would have been a fun one.
Yeah.
So we ready to rate these movies?
Yeah. We'll letterbox them, I guess. We'll out of 5 stars.
Out of 5 stars?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can do halves if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna help you guys rate the movies we just talked about.
Well, we're
all
each
gonna
gonna
give-
we're
yeah.
each gonna take a turn and rate the movie for how we felt about it.
Okay.
Right.
Perfect.
Okay.
So for me, I'll rate Unforgiven first.
Mm-hmm.
So I would give Unforgiven probably 4 stars.
Why?
And I would give it that because of the characters and because of the storyline and how much I absolutely love Clint Eastwood, right?
Yeah.
His character was phenomenal. So yeah, I'd give it 4 stars.
So I would also give Unforgiven 4 stars as well.
Okay.
And, the only reason it's not higher is because I've just never been a big fan of the Western. If it had been, if I was a fan of the Western, it probably would have pushed it probably into 5
Yeah,
stars.
yeah. You didn't grow up with the Western stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And, she's gone.
We lost an...
Close my door for a second. I want it quiet. I just went real quick. I can still hear you.
Perfect.
That was like 30 seconds.
No worries. And what would you rate Unforgiven?
I would rate it a 5, to be honest.
Ooh,
Wow.
okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, because I love Westerns. They're like the first films that I watched. They have huge impressions on me as a kid. So, and this was kind of like seeing the characters that I grew up watching on The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly graduate into this older man. So
Yeah.
to me, yeah, it's a totally different character, but it's Clint in my mind, and
Yeah.
it's that character. It's an evolved spaghetti western.
Right.
So
Right on.
so for my connection to it, my childhood, my memories watching this stuff with my parents, it's perfect. I could put it on any time and it would soothe my soul and put me in a happy place. So that's
Wonderful.
and the cinematography. And there are some scenes, especially when God, I'm talking so much.
You're
When
good.
don't get me to shut up. You know, when Morgan Freeman and him are riding on the horse, it's so cinematic and
Yeah.
beautiful. It's like it just says friendship, partnership. Like there's so much about it that I love.
Yeah.
So that's why I rated a 5.
It's a
Nice,
very
nice.
gorgeous movie.
Yeah. Heartbreak Ridge, Tabor.
All right. I will give Heartbreak Ridge the same as my little friend on Letterboxd there. I'll give it 3.5 stars.
Okay.
And this is out
Are
of
you gonna,
5.
are you going to defend that?
Yeah, I think it was an enjoyable movie. I'd say 3 is like the perfect enjoyable movie. You know, you sit down, you watch it, you have a good time. That's a 3. And I got quite a few chuckles out of this one. A little more of a good time than just an okay time. So
Yeah.
it gets that extra half. And yeah, I'd recommend this movie to people.
Yeah.
3.5 out of 10 stars, we have a problem.
Sure.
But 3.5 out of 5.
Out of 5.
That's pretty good.
Right on. How about you, Denise?
I will give it a 4.
Okay.
I'll give it a 4. It's not my favorite Clint Eastwood movie of all time, but it's funny. You enjoy yourself. It takes
Yeah.
you on a ride. I do think there's a reason why he told that story. And by then, he had already directed 12 films, so I think he was already coming into his own as a director. And you can see that this is a master who's making a film. So I give it 4.5. But I understand why you give it a 3.5. I do.
Right on.
What about you, Dad?
I'm going to give it a 5.
Ah,
Wow.
that's his
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to give it a 5 because for some of the reasons that you mentioned, Denise,
Yeah.
this is a movie that I watch at least once a year.
Yeah.
And I have certain movies that I just absolutely love and they make me feel good. And when I
Yes.
pop them in, I'm not like, oh, I don't want to watch this again. I pop it in and I want to see it. And this happens to be one of those movies that when I sit down and I watch it, I laugh. I have fun with it. It has a lot of meaning to me. It's there's some emotional emotion that's aspects of it that I really enjoy, and it has a lot to do with character. And I love movies about because character is important, and I love those kinds of movies like
That's why you don't like slashers.
Last Samurai. You know, this is a movie about character and doing the right thing, and this is the
That's
same.
one of my favorites, by the way.
Very nice. I like you so much better now.
Yeah, it's one of my thoughts. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's a master.
Cool.
No, I relate to the childhood connection. Feel gooder, you know. It's like
Right.
we're emotional creatures. It's like you have an emotional connection to it. So it's a
Yeah.
5.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
We ready to head on out of here then?
I think we're ready to go.
All right.
You
Denise,
wanna-
thank you so much for coming on the show. We had such a great time with you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You were awesome.
We'll definitely
Thank you,
we'll definitely be seeing you again.
gentlemen. I really enjoyed talking to you guys. I'm gonna get that app. Please text me the name of it because I already forgot.
And
What is-
you are on for the people listening, you are on IMDb,
Yes.
right? And you are also on Instagram.
Yes.
And
I'm on Instagram. That's my main thing. I'm blocked off my Facebook, even though my profile says I'm on. But that's because when I post, it goes on my Facebook, but I cannot access my Facebook.
okay.
Gotcha.
Well, that's okay.
I am on Instagram. I'm very active on there. Like I'm the kind of girl who responds to every comment. I'm very engaged with my audience. And,
Cool.
So for the listeners, the 7 listeners that we have right now,
yes.
all 7 of you
that's a win.
go check out Denise Milfort. See what she's up to.
And pick one movie you're in that would be a great starting point for people who want to get to know you.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
I would say it's kind of a horror. I would say the movie that I'm in the most that like I act, where you could actually see my acting chops the most is 7 Days to Hell.
Okay.
Like, I
Okay.
don't show up until maybe 20 minutes in, but then I'm in.
Great.
So 7 Days to Hell. Watch that.
Perfect.
I'm going to pull it up.
All right.
Yes.
Nice.
7 Days
Sweet.
to Hell.
We ready to head on out of here?
Hit the button.
All right, let's do it.
Thank you. Blessing.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for coming on. All
My
right,
pleasure. It was great.
let's
Do
hit
it.
the music.
And we're gone.
Do you, punk? I didn't finish it. I said the first half. I didn't finish it.
Very nice.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Denise.
Thank you, both of you. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me. It was awesome.
Absolutely.
I'll follow your podcast now and listen to it. Where can I find the Mitch interview, by the way?
So we are posting episodes on YouTube,
Okay.
Spotify.
Yeah. If you pull up My Dad's Movie Podcast on YouTube,
I did, and I didn't find Mitch's episode.
it's on there. I know
It's on there? Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
look for it because I saw a different one. I want to see Mitch's episode
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, he has 2.
Okay.
We've talked to Mitch 2 times now.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
watch that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right on.
I love YouTube. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. And it was great.
Absolutely.
We do this again when I have another film coming out.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day and thank you.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hey, everybody. If you like what we're doing here, you can help our podcast grow by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing. Thank you. Thanks for listening to My Dad's Movie Podcast. We had a lot of fun creating it, and we hope you enjoyed it.
For more content, please check us out at Facebook and YouTube at My Dad's Movie Podcast or visit our website, mydadsmoviepodcast.com.
And always, if you'd like to help support us, please check out our Patreon at My Dad's Movie Podcast.
Thanks for listening, everybody.